Hello and welcome to your extended reading for the New Beginnings. This is a new beginning for me and it's also going to be a new beginning for you. So I'll go ahead and get started. If you're finding this because you've watched the overall video, then some of the graphics here will be familiar to you. And let me fix this here. And behind me, I have a couple paintings that I did a long time ago, symbolizing left brain, right brain. And you know, this kind of like flip that happens in the body, how the right brain controls the left side and the right side and the left brain are connected, you know. So we have these interesting polarities that are a theme in my work and then a theme in my readings. So if this is resonating with you, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper with those in particular. Okay. So yeah, this is not scripted. I'm just going to go through and read the cards. But before we get too far into it, I do spend time at the beginning pulling cards for each sign, and I've kind of like printed them out here. And there's a map, which I'll put up here next to it. So I wanted to say that overall, because we all have every sign, these themes are important for the new beginning. So we have the Lovers card times 3 for the major arcana. And it was the only card that repeated 3 times, and it happens to be the major arcana. Sometimes the Lovers is considered choice, and because this reading is about choosing, you know, how you want to look at things and how our words and our thoughts matter, I think especially in this case for you as you are contemplating a new beginning, just think about how much that is emphasized for everyone throughout this reading as an influence in making new beginnings. We're choosing to make a new beginning. It happens not because we're expecting it to, because we take action in order for that to happen. We also have the Queen of Swords repeated twice, which is the element of air, and the Four of Wands repeated twice, the element of fire. And air and earth are heavily dominant. So this is just a little bit of overall energy before we get into your specific reading to orient us on the map. So there's a north, south, east, and west, and then also the elements, and then the 12 different zodiac signs, and your reading is going to be focusing on your particular zodiac sign. So let's get to it, okay? Hello Leo, and welcome to your extended reading. Today we'll be talking about your affirmations, I ease my burden, and you fall down easily. So these are 2 opposing ideas that have brought you to this point. You also have the 6 of Wands, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles in the element as an overlay. The themes of the 4 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Lovers that was predominant for everybody. And then we're going to pick 3 more cards here for you, plus the one at the bottom of the deck. So we've got a lot of cards that I'm weaving together for you in this extended reading. But the emphasis for you in particular is this one between your burdens, or easing your burdens, versus falling down. So, you know, in a simple way, it's like, what's the difference between setting down something heavy and feeling a sense of relief, like, oh, you know, like I'm putting this down and I'm light and I feel lighter. That's my dog. Hold on just a second. He's always for your potions. Well, so what's the difference between easing your burdens, setting them down, and then just falling down, like out of exhaustion, all the time, easily. Like everything just like lays you out flat on your back. You can't handle anything, you know, you're just like constantly being overwhelmed. So I think frequency has a big element to do with your reading. Like, do you feel like you have a lot of endurance, and when you go home at the end of the day and you lay down your burdens, you sleep like a baby, and then you get up and you face the next day? Or do you feel like you're just constantly being overwhelmed and wiped out and you never get any rest? So yeah, let's see what your cards have to say. So one about ease, let's explore this idea of how to feel more ease in your life. Another one about this kind of like frequency, like what could be coming up over and over for you that's always triggering you, and if there's any advice for that. A wild card in the middle, and then we'll see the bottom of the deck for your advice. So you got the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. The Ten of Cups is a wonderful card. It usually represents home and happiness and abundance. In this case, it's cats with wings, which who doesn't love flying cats? And it's kind of like a mom and a dad cat and children playing in the field, and there's bowls of milk everywhere. So, and then there's the sun in the sky and clouds. So it's a very happy home picture. So overall then, that would mean good and positive things. I try to make all my readings inspiring or positive, hopefully. Maybe they don't always come out that way, but that's my intention. But when you get the Ten of Cups, I don't have to try that hard, because as an overall card, that's great. And it makes a lot of sense if you're a Leo, because the sun is that Leo energy. You're generally probably a sunny personality and like to have a good time and things like that. So, yeah, what about this sense of ease that we'd all like to have more of in our lives? Oh, wow, and then you got the Two of Cups, which is two cats strolling down the river, kind of like leaning into each other and enjoying their cups of milk, and then they're like flowers raining down from the trees above as they're, it reminds me of like the Love Boat cruise or the Tunnel of Love ride at an amusement park. So for you, a sense of ease might come from spending time with someone that you really care about. It doesn't have to be romantic, but just that kind of like lovely, heart-centered, intimate, safe kind of space that you get from spending time with another person. So that might be what eases your burden, cuddling up with your puppy dog or your cat, an animal or another person, or spending time with someone on the phone if you can't see them in person. So that is the advice for easing, feeling more ease. And then this frequency, what might be triggering you, we've got the Five of Cups. So this is a cat crying in a winter storm, and what she's noticed is that a flower has shriveled and died in the cold weather. However, there are two cups close to her that are alight and burning, like, giving off warmth. So it could be that you're spending a lot of time paying attention to loss that's occurring in your environment. I mean, many of us are feeling that at this time. But this card would be saying that it's triggering you a lot. So the recommendation is to focus on the not what is lost, but what is also there assisting. So in this card, side by side with the cups that have spilled, there are also the cups with fire in them. So recognizing that even with the loss, there is also doing good, which is probably you. You know, Leo as the sun, the solar energy, the fire energy, like you bring that with you where you go. So acknowledging that the good you can do, even if you can't help everybody, that's really important. So yeah, stand in your power. And then the wild card here is the Chariot. The Chariot is a cat being pulled forward by two larger animals, mythical animals. They kind of look like maybe dogs, and one is black and one is white. So it has kind of like a yin-yang energy. And this is just a powerful force driving you forward. So with this 10 of Cups as your overall one, I would say for you, Leo, that maybe you can't be entirely happy unless everyone is happy. And you know, if you can't make everyone happy, see there's two cats in this boat, it will ease your burden to make sure that you do spend some time where, you know, you're able to be in your happy place, even if it's just with one other person, the two of you in the boat in your happy place, where you can feel all this wonderful 10 of Cups abundance energies, and that will give you the stamina that we see here in the Chariot to really continue forward to do your good work and not be so triggered by the people in your environment who you can't or aren't able to, you know, bring the kind of sunshine, the disappointments, the emotional disappointments that other people might be experiencing that you can't control. So yeah, that was your reading. I hope it resonated with you. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Your comments could help somebody else that's struggling with similar questions this month. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you can always try a different story by going back to the main one. Yeah, well, happy new beginnings and thanks for listening. I'll see you again next month. Bye.